And the other last thing I'm going to say, and I'm really going to wrap it up this time, is the whole daring to be great. Another reason why I'm not okay with it is because before and after, you typically see a change in what's said. Amir Khan, before the fight, he's like, oh, who knows? Maybe Amir Khan is a full middleweight, and maybe I fight Golovkin. Maybe I mean, I was killing myself to make weight. He was like saying he was killing himself to make welter, which might have been true. I don't know. But then after he gets knocked out by Khan or Canelo, he says he's dropping back down to welterweight. So if you're killing yourself to make weight to the point where you couldn't do it anymore, then why are you dropping back down there after you got knocked out and saying the weight is too much? Same thing with Kell Brook. Kell Brook's like, oh, I'm welterweight, you know, welterweight was too hard to make, and I feel great, and I'm eating what I want, and it's not about dieting. So if Golovkin knocks you out, then I don't want to hear any excuses about how you weren't the biggest man. These guys are saying that skill is going to pay the bills, and that's going to determine the outcome of the fight, not the weight. Okay, so let's see it. And after, if Kell Brook gets knocked smooth out, TKO'd, anything like that, then I don't want to see, oh, he was too big. He was, oh, I'm dropping back. You know what I'm saying? Dropping to 54. Stay up at 160 if you feel so great there, no matter what the outcome of Golovkin is.
You don't feel it, then it must be too real to touch. You'll never in your life try to knock the truth. The illest shit ever. Get ready, cause this is about to get heavy.
Trying to keep me out, trying to censor what I say, cause they don't like what I'm talking about. So it's wrong with the media today.
Prove I'm lying if I ain't correct.
What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Now, you guys heard that clip from a video I did in August, and like Roy Jones said, y'all must have forgot. A lot of people get mad. What? I told you, call me Mr. Told You So, because these things are very easy for me to predict. And I did that video in August. People get mad like, oh, stop telling us you told us so. Did I say these things? You know what I mean? It'd be one thing if I didn't say it and I try to change. And I know I'm not the only person that felt like this. A lot of people, most people probably pick Kell Brook to lose. However, this is my job. This is what I do. I put my thoughts on wax. So there's no saying I said this and I knew this was going to happen. You guys have documented proof because the videos stay up no matter what. 7 reasons, even though they've all been right. But even if they weren't, the video would stay up. I'm not going to take it down. So that's the thing. Don't get mad because someone told you what was going to happen and it actually happened. You know what I mean? It's like a meteorologist saying, hey, it's going to rain tomorrow. Make sure you bundle up and get an umbrella. And you're like, yeah, I don't give a fuck. And then you wear shorts and a wife beater. And you're like, hey, but it rained. And I'm like, why? I told you it was going to rain. Hey, don't be telling me you told me. So Kell Brook, valiant effort, performance. But for most of us, it was to be expected. Like I said, hashtag size matters, weight classes matter, right? So it was a courageous effort. You could say he exposed certain things with Gennady Golovkin, but ultimately it wasn't enough because the bigger man prevailed. And even if he was losing on the scorecards, his team felt the need to throw in the towel. And I mean, with his injury, you guys see the pictures. His eye was in bad shape. He kept pawing at it during the fight. And Golovkin's not the person you want to be in there with if you can't see. He said he's seeing doubles and stuff like that. So his team made an executive decision. Like, a lot of people are mad, but I mean, it could have went on a little bit longer. But you don't want situations. These situations can get worse. You know what I mean? Look at Nick Blackwell. Look at Magomed Abdusalamov. Look at Pritchard Cologne. These are, you know what I mean? These are unfortunate circumstances in our sport of boxing. Now, this can happen to anyone. Injuries can happen, but we've never seen Kell Brook sustain an injury quite like this when he fought in the divisions he had been fighting at. So can we all just agree that business sense or money fight and all that, or not, let's keep these fighters safety and safety first, and not promote mismatches that we know are mismatches where there are these division hops. If it's a mismatch in its own division, that's one thing, or one division up or down or whatnot. But where these guys trying to do these feats, jumping up 2 weight classes, we can't give fighters that. It doesn't, like I said, it doesn't do this. To me, doesn't prove anything that I already didn't think about Golovkin. I knew he had power. You know what I'm saying? So what does a Kell Brook welterweight win actually mean? You know what I mean? And a lot of you guys are leaving horrific comments, and I know you don't know shit about boxing. Oh, Golovkin said he wasn't hurt by any punches. Okay, then why did he automatically, after he got lost round 2, clearly, if you score round 1 for Golovkin, unsubscribe to my channel. That's how dumb you are, right? So if you had round 2 and you gave it to Golovkin, just unsub now, right? So clearly he lost that round. And if Kell Brook was doing nothing and his punches didn't hurt or nothing, then why did Golovkin come out like a raging bull to a fault, to the point where he was sloppier than normal? He was like abandoning all defense, not that he has a great defense, but abandoning all technique and just really trying to impose his will and walk Kell Brook down vigorously. You know what I'm saying? In the next round. It's because he knows he got slighted or he lost that round. Kell Brook was doing some good work, nasty, ripping uppercuts. He was moving, fidgety. So Golovkin, I think, maybe underestimated, like, oh, let me just play it safe, and this dude, he's not a threat, so I'll put it together. And then he seen Kell Brook was trying to take his head off, so he's like, oh, hell no, fuck that. And in round 3, he came out like a madman. And I think that's where this fracture happened. I think a jab or something. And again, injuries can happen in any fight, but with the guys like Antonio Margarito and Israel Vasquez, you know what I mean, guys who put in a lot of years in the sport of boxing, and some of these guys are losing eyes. Margarito's eye looks fucked to this day from Pacquiao, and then Cotto in the rematch didn't make it any better. His eye looks like shit. Every time I see him, he looks like he's like suspicious and stuff. One eye all squinted. He looked like Forrest Whitaker, Mexican Forrest Whitaker or something. So it's not, man, this stuff is not cute. And people talking about, oh, it's a money fight for Golovkin. Yeah, but he don't want to be in the same shoes as Kovalev, where he actually killed a man and stuff like that. So I didn't condone this fight. Obviously, I'm a boxing fan, and this is my job. I report it and give my commentary and have a website and stuff like that. So I'm going to watch it just like I watch every fight. I mean, I watch Rod Salka, Danny Garcia. This had a little bit more intrigue than something like that, because I know Kell Brook is very skilled, on top of him being smaller. So it's unfortunate, and you don't want to ruin your fighter, and that's why I think they stopped it. Some people were calling it premature, but that's why, because why, if he can't see and you're going to let him keep going, and then he gets like knocked out like Khan, possibly, maybe he turns it around, maybe not. I mean, he was winning, but it's so much of a gamble, because Golovkin it looks like he's pretty tough, he's pretty durable, he was the bigger man, he has power. Your guy has sustained an injury in his eye. You don't know how bad it is. He's seeing doubles. So it's like, you know what I mean, you could have let him go on, but it could have been much worse for him. Or maybe he would have been able to pull a Rocky Balboa and do like Chris Algieri. But it's a tough gamble, because it's just like Rocky. This whole thing is like Rocky 4. I used this analogy before. Rocky 4, if you guys remember, when Apollo Creed, and Apollo, I think maybe coached him before and said, don't throw in the towel no matter what. And he came out to James Brown, living in America, I got the good, ooh. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's dancing and shit with the American flag shorts. And then Dragos is fucking him up. Like, I must break you. If he dies, he dies. Drago was fucking Apollo up. And then Rocky like, should I throw in the towel? Like, and he didn't want to. He hesitated, and he hesitated too long. And then remember the black dude with the bald head, the trainer. He's like, throw the damn towel. And he's all sweating profusely and shit. Rocky still didn't throw the towel. Next thing you know, next scene there, Apollo Creed's funeral. You know what I'm saying? This shit ain't no joke. This is real life. So, I mean, it's executive decision. Kell Brook did good work, but you gotta build yourself up to this. You could be a great fighter at 47, but the fact that you've been cutting weight, and I told you, and Troy King actually said this in an interview I did with him, Golovkin can't make 147. He would look like shit if he tried to step on the scale at 147. So he's clearly the bigger man. Kell Brook somehow, some way, was still able to make weight. There's guys like that, like Conor McGregor. He's big. He's big for featherweight. When he fought Jose Aldo, very big, but he was still able to make that weight. You can't get John Jones or something to make some kind of crazy weight. You know what I mean? I don't know if Nate Diaz would be able to make that weight right now. You know what I'm saying? So it's still naturally bigger. All the people that believed because he bulked up and they looked about the same height and size, they're not. Because once again, like I said before, like Troy King said, they were not the same size naturally. Kell Brook said he abandoned his diet and was eating whatever he want. That shows that he's not the same size. Golovkin couldn't do that, because if he did that, then he would probably be at 189. If he was eating like Kell Brook was eating, like big meals and all these carbs and stuff, he probably would have been at the 180s, 190s, you know what I'm saying? So he's clearly the naturally bigger person. You can't do that to your body. It's a process. I liken it to, if let's say there's a treadmill, right? And then I put the treadmill, say you're on the ground at the gym, and the treadmill, I put it onto like max speed, 15 miles per hour. And you try to jump on that treadmill. Good luck. Enjoy that, because you're probably going to eat shit and face plant on that belt and get belt burn on your nose. You know what I'm saying? Because you're just immediately trying to jump on. It doesn't even have to be 15 miles per hour. It could be 8 miles per hour. That's very hard to just jump on and acclimate and be ready and just be running full speed. I mean, some people could probably do it, but it's a little bit different even with that analogy, because not only are you having to jump on that treadmill that's already moving at a fast rate, you also have someone hitting you back. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it was with Kell Brook. I thought he looked good, but it was kind of inevitable without building himself up to that weight. You just think you could fight Kevin Bezier and then be ready for this. You know what I mean? With no in-between fights. Amir Khan he had fought Chris Algieri, waited literally about a year and fought Canelo, and he thought, oh, I'm big now, I'm bulky. And you thought you could take Canelo's punch. It's just, like I said before, when are the people who are daring to be great, when is it going to pay off? It paid off for Shane Mosley when he went from lightweight to fight Oscar De La Hoya, and he beat him twice, even though the second one was kind of controversial, but he still beat him twice on his record. But the first one, he definitely beat De La Hoya. You know what I'm saying? Roberto Duran actually beat Sugar Ray Leonard. So when is it going to pay off? Sugar Ray Leonard beat Hagler. When is it going to pay off for these new breed of fighters that are doing it for these paydays? I'm telling you, these paydays are cool and great, but you can get money, you can get great money pursuing other fights, right? And it's not worth your health, because you can't spend that money if you're dead or a vegetable. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. Kell Brook, wish him a speedy recovery. Let me know what you thought of the fight. And Kell Brook, now he said he's going back down to 154. Again, what I said, why wouldn't he stay up at 160 if you feel so great there? Because we know he's not a 160 pounder. Even Golovkin said after the fight, whether he's lying or not, either way it looks bad. Oh, I didn't feel Kell Brook's punches. He's not a middleweight. Why the fuck do you fight him then? For money? You know what I mean? But people mad as hell when Floyd fights a guy who's bigger than him, younger than him, stronger than him, like a Maidana, and a champion, who's perceived as no match for him. Like, oh, he's too flat-footed. And Maidana fought his ass off. And he's bigger. That's the thing. You know what I'm saying? But people are okay with the fighter that they like taking quote-unquote money grabs, fights that don't make sense. Let me know what you think. Drop it in the comment section. Share the video. Like the video as always. Hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video is Ego signing off. So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button, and you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxing Ego, the future of boxing.